Welcome to Pam Jamma's Magical Tales. We post new stories every week, so be sure to subscribe, like, and share to stay updated. If you'd like to support the channel, see sequels, vote on upcoming stories, or even request a custom tale, check out my Patreon. Every bit of support helps bring more magical stories to life. Now, sit back, relax, and enjoy the story. Countess Crinklefang. In the shadowed corners of the old continent, where the moon always seemed a little too close and the trees whispered bedtime secrets in the wind, there stood a crumbling nursery tower no one dared enter. Its windows were always lit with a soft pink glow, and strange, crinkling sounds echoed through the night. Locals called it the Swaddle Spire. Children dared each other to get close, but none ever made it past the ivy-covered gate. Not after what happened to little Benny Plum. But this story doesn't begin with Benny Plum. It begins centuries ago, with a girl named Isadora. Isadora von Marell was born in a cobwebbed cradle beneath a velvet moon. She was the youngest daughter of the ancient vampire family Marell, known throughout the underworld for their beauty, their bite, and their absolute, unyielding sense of style. But Isadora had a complication. She wet the crypt. It began at age 98, which in vampire years was roughly 8.5. Though her fangs were sharp and her charm irresistible, Isadora had a secret shame that no silk gown or velvet cloak could hide. She needed protection. And not the magical kind. The padded kind. Her family was mortified. "We are vampires, darling," her mother hissed, waving a goblet of crimson with a disgusted sigh. "Not toddlers." "You're an embarrassment," said her older brother Victor, slouching in his velvet smoking cape. "What are you going to do, hypnotize someone into changing you?" Isadora tried to hide it, tried potions, spells, even those cursed scrolls from the diapered druids of Diporthia, but nothing worked. So one night, humiliated after soaking through her coffin bedding again, she fled into the forest. Alone. Crinkling with every step. That's when she found it. A cave carved into the side of Mount Moonsnuggle. Inside, a single ancient bassinet, surrounded by tiny stone bats. And a mirror. She didn't see herself in the reflection. She saw a queen, standing tall, fanged and glorious, commanding a flock of flying creatures in matching nighttime garments. Behind her, the skies swirled with enchanted clouds. And around her waist? A diaper. Thick. Proud. Glowing. Then the voice spoke. "You are not broken," it whispered, curling around her like a lullaby wrapped in power. "You are chosen." The bassinet glowed. Bats awoke. And something entered her. The next morning, the Marell family estate was never seen again. Only a blast of sparkly smoke remained, and all their velvet capes were found folded neatly in the garden, topped with a single pacifier. Isadora had vanished. 200 years later. Her name was now whispered across kingdoms, Countess Crinklefang. The terror of twilight. The Baroness of the burp cloth. The diapered Duchess of Doom. But Isadora didn't just rule by fear, she ruled with absolute conviction. She had embraced her truth and redefined villainy not as cruelty, but as correction. You see, Countess Crinklefang didn't drain the blood of her enemies. Not anymore. She regressed them. Judges, warlords, bankers, and bad ex-boyfriends, if you crossed her, you didn't die. You got nurseried. Her enchanted army of diapered bats, each one a soul she had crinkled into submission, would swoop from the sky and swaddle you with surprising tenderness and military precision. They were called the Batty-Bottom Brigade, and they struck fear into hearts across the realm. "Pardon me, citizen," a guard once asked a trembling merchant. "Have you recently felt smaller than usual?" "Yes," he sobbed. "She put me in a booster seat. In front of my wife." Her lair, formerly the ancient nursery tower, now gleamed with moonlit mobiles, velvet bibs, and a vast throne made of enchanted pacifiers. Her cloak was the finest burgundy silk, her diaper thick and ceremonial. She wore it with pride. When asked why she hadn't transitioned to more grown-up attire, the Countess simply smiled with fang delight. "Because it's not a curse," she said. "It's a calling." But what drives her, really? Is it vengeance? Domination? No. It's justice. And healing. In her own villainous way, Countess Crinklefang has made it her life's work to rid the world of toxic bravado, corporate greed, and people who interrupt others while they're speaking. If she sees a puffed-up war general shouting orders, he'll be drinking juice from a sippy cup by moonrise. A greedy baron hoarding gold? Not after she straps him into a musical swing that plays Twinkle, Twinkle every time he whines. Once, she confronted a tyrant king who bragged of his conquests and mocked the weak. She left him happily babbling in a playpen, surrounded by plush bats and giggling, swaddled subjects. Now, in a world balanced on the edge of change, Crinklefang continues her crusade. Some call her a menace. Others, a misunderstood hero. All agree she has the most powerful thighs in the realm. How else could she fly and waddle? Her legend grows. Pamphlets circulate with her motto. Why conquer the world when you can cradle it? And those who oppose her? Well, let's just say they end up padded, powdered, and permanently pacified. So the next time you hear wings in the night, a soft rustle in the shadows, or the unmistakable sound of a crinkle in the dark, run. Before she makes you crawl. Thanks so much for watching today. We hope you enjoyed this week's story and found it relatable, enjoyable, or just a little comforting. Remember, we post new videos every week, so if you haven't already, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. If you found this helpful or know someone who might, don't forget to like the video and share it with your community. Your support means everything and helps us keep creating content just for you. And if you'd like to see sequels, vote on upcoming stories, or even get a custom tale made just for you, check out our Patreon. Every bit of support keeps the magic alive. Until next time, take care and stay true to yourself.